what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton, and this is my YouTube channel. Now, I had a lot of people ask me about Mercury retrograde, so I am not an astrologer. Okay, I'm just going to give you a little bit of information I know about it. Okay, Mercury retrograde happens like almost like every 3 months, once every 3 months, and then it usually lasts for about 2.5 to 3 weeks. Now, this is kind of hypothetical, so I'm just letting you know what I read about it. Okay. And sorry about the glare. It's really sunny out here in Pittsburgh today. All right. But here's the deal. Uh, Mercury retrograde this year, right now, starts on, I believe it's April the 21st, 2023, all the way to May the 15th, 2023. And it could be on the 20th, it could be on the 21st. It all depends on your time zone. Okay. Now, basically, what Mercury retrograde is that Mercury is a planet of communication, and it looks like it's going backwards during that time to go over stuff that may have been missed. Review anything with the RE on it is favorable through Mercury retrograde. Redo, research, reinnovate, you know, anything with RE is favorable through Mercury retrograde. And a lot of people don't know that. What happens to Mercury retrograde is that anything dealing with communication is usually starts to mess up. Okay. That includes technology. Okay. That includes your car, how you get to work, light rail, buses, trains, all that stuff. Something usually happens and things go haywire and there's delays or even you have to reschedule it. Okay. So that's Mercury retrograde in a nutshell. So a lot of people get overly paranoid about Mercury retrograde. Here's something you need to know. Okay. Even if you have to do something, just make sure you reread it, double read it, if not triple read it, before signing anything. Okay. Research stuff. Okay. Something's new, innovative, or even been around, or someone's trying to get you to do something. Research it. Research the person. Research what they're trying to get you to sign up on and use. Research. Okay. And then by researching, you're probably going to have a favorable outcome. Okay. Whether you choose to do it or not. But that's the most important part. Everything has to be reread, researched, and a lot of stuff may have to be redone. That does not mean that you're not going to have progress made during Mercury retrograde. It just means that stuff is delayed or there's hiccups. You know, you can even get a job through Mercury retrograde and end up having to redo some of the paperwork, re-sign some of the paperwork. You know, whether you work at home or on site, you know. So that's what I mean. So it's just, and communication is usually jacked up. Okay, you could say A and somebody else hears Z. Okay, and the more you try to explain that you're saying A, the more they're going to hear Z. That's just the way Mercury retrograde does, because it's going back over things. And the good thing about Mercury retrograde is it's a good time to slow down and go and review. Okay, go over stuff that you have done. You might find out you missed some details. You missed some stuff that you need to take care of. And when you take care of it, other things start rolling smoothly. Okay. Now, what people don't tell you about Mercury retrograde, no, it's not a good time to buy technology. Trust me. I'm not trying to be superstitious, but I have bought technology through the time of Mercury retrograde, and I was jacked. It was not. Uh, the experience was not what I thought it would be. One time I bought a used computer. Shouldn't have done that. Do Mercury retrograde. Uh, don't get me wrong. Things can be created during Mercury retrograde. Yes, they can. Things can be signed. Progress can be made during Mercury retrograde. It's just you must research everything. Okay, reread everything. If it's something that you do not, a clause you not understand in uh, some type of paperwork, asked about it, or even get professional help like a lawyer to explain what that means so before you sign it. Okay, that's, I mean, just basically just be very careful on signing stuff. And I'm telling you, my experience with Mercury retrograde when I bought, even my mom asked me about it because she was going through hell through one Mercury retrograde, and she said all that you just told me is actually happened. And my mom has her own nonprofit organization, and bills and stuff has to be paid, right? Um, People may be trying to contact you uh, and can't get a hold of you. All right. Um, People from the past, relationships, friends, even people you cut off, seem to want to come back into your life during Mercury retrograde. Now, normally when that happens, it seems okay, but then after about when Mercury retrograde is over, okay, they disappear, okay, and you realize why you cut them off in the first place, okay, because things become clear. So now, one thing they don't tell you about Mercury retrograde, you can buy something and think it's no big deal, like it's a small little thing, or even buy something at a estate or something like that, and even for just a real cheap price, just buy something and think, this is a fixer upper, I'll just buy it, and find out you got a gold mine. Okay, you got a gold mine. It was like, wow, I got this for this, and it happens. Okay, so like I'm saying, and trust me, like I said, communication. So if the person really would have known that it was worth that much, they would have charged a lot more. But because communication is haywire during Mercury retrograde, they're giving it away for what, $10? Okay, you could buy a laptop at one of these estates for $30 and find out it's an Alienware, it's an older Alienware gaming laptop that works perfectly. That's worth maybe $400. So things like that do happen. Okay, um, I've seen people win lotteries during Mercury retrograde. Okay, Mercury retrograde can shake things up. Okay. Information that has been hidden from you sometimes pop out during Mercury retrograde. And that's a known fact. That has happened with me. Information that's been hidden for you for a long time sometimes pop out during Mercury retrograde. Okay, so I hope that helps you with Mercury retrograde. Don't be overly, I'm just giving you a hypothetical view of it. You can believe it or not. But don't be overly superstitious, okay? Where you're just scared to walk out the house or anything like that. Don't that's over. That's being fanatical, okay? And that's taking it way too far, okay? Mercury retrograde is it's, we've been going through dealing with Mercury retrogrades all our lives, whether you know it or not. So, and like I said, certain things can be achieved during Mercury retrograde, positive things. Okay, um, just like I said, you gotta really, really read over the details. And if someone's trying to rush you into anything, you need to be suspicious whether there's Mercury retrograde or not. Okay, because if it's all that good and it's all that needed, why can't we take our time and just get it done? You know what I'm saying? Uh, a lot of times scammers try to rush you through stuff like that. Also, Mercury retrograde is a good and bad time for scammers too. It's a good time because people who are not looking at what they're signing and what they're giving away, and they're falling for just about anything someone says. Bad thing is that, like I said, a lot of secrets pop up during Mercury retrograde. They cannot be unknown or unseen. Okay, which changes the viewpoint or the facts that you're dealing with, or any institutions dealing with. Okay, I mean, it's during Mercury retrograde, you get a lot of uh, mistaken identity. People who think somebody is this or that person and aren't. Okay, uh, you get a lot of crazy stuff during Mercury retrograde, but there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of positive stuff about Mercury retrograde. I like Mercury retrograde. To me, that's a 3 weeks time for me to relax and chill. Okay, I learned my lesson about buying technology through Mercury retrograde. All right, so I hope this helps you. I ask you to subscribe if you want to. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with other people who really want to know about Mercury retrograde, because you're gonna hear it pop up, that word, that phrase pop up. So that's basically what's it about. Now, if you're atheist, you could care less. If you don't get into astrology, you're probably gonna care less, and you've been living your life anyway, doing Mercury retrograde because you don't believe it. So yeah, you do what you do. You do what works for you. All right, and I'll wrap to y'all later. Peace.